I've been telling you all, we've been told a lie over years now that the machines are not on the internet. If anybody just watching that just tuned in now to frankspeech.com or any of the other networks that are running this, and this morning we went over the biggest lie we've been told that's blocked all of our cyber evidence and everything. We're not on the internet. 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 I'm sorry, there's nothing to see here. We're not on the internet. This was the lie that's been told to every person in our country. It's also been told around the world to their countries. These electronic voting machines, from routers to printers to polling books to the computers, they're not online. Well, what if I told you that there was a device that's been made for the first time in history that can tell you that that machine was online? Okay? You know when you come into a room and we all got our cell phones and it lists off all the internets in the room? And then you have to have passwords and so on? If you had one of those internets, and what if there was a device that showed you, hey, there's a device on my network. There's a device online. And then you could tell what the device was, where it was at, what the name of it was, ESNS 60503, and you knew the second it went online. Well, this is what we've been working on for over a year, and I'm going to show you, Jeff's going to show you a demo. This is a demo. We have it, everybody. We have it, and then I'm going to tell you. And what if and what if I was to tell you? Well, we'll save that part. Let's do this part of the plan first. We're gonna. Okay, so Jeff, why don't you show them what we did? What we did in Florida with this device, we went in and we did a. Jeff will show you that. Why don't you show?
Clicker. Is he the clicker? I think okay. Hopefully they have it ready to go.
Okay, you guys in the back, do you have it up there?
The video?
Yeah, they're ready to go?
No, I said the video, yeah. They need to...
Okay, then what? No, I'm talking in the back.
The Election Crime Bureau is proud to introduce the WMD, or Wireless Monitoring Device. The wireless monitoring device is a sophisticated network connection monitoring system, designed specifically with election security in mind. We have been told that our election computers are never connected to the internet. The WMD will put that to the test, by detecting and reporting, in real time, Wi-Fi connections in county and state election offices. All internet routers and access points will be reported, as well as any devices to which they connect. The WMD incorporates many years of research and state-of-the-art development. It is a low-weight, low-power device that uses only passive signal detection to detect online systems, and it will never interfere with any normal network operations. When an online connection is detected, the Election Crime Bureau Master Alert system will be quickly notified, and the alert will be displayed on the alert web page. You will note that there are two boxes located to the right of the screen. These boxes display the information about the access points at the top and the wireless clients at the bottom box. The sheer amount of devices can make analyzing the map difficult, so this website gives you the opportunity to deselect any of the different kinds of devices. Note that the points on the map are color-coded to simplify identification. As we deselect and update, those types of devices are removed from the map. Clicking on a device shown on the map displays additional information about that device in the bottom information window. Currently, the MAC address, the hardware vendor, and the first time the device was detected displays. Additional information will be continually added. The nearby checkbox allows you to view only the devices with the strongest signal, which in most cases means that they are nearest to the WMD detection device. This allows you to filter out devices outside of the immediate area. All information is securely archived for later analysis. The wireless monitoring device is ready to be deployed in any election, from local to presidential.
Now, let me tell you, everybody, we now can catch them in a lie. Okay? And now they're all, everybody's watching from home going, well, you could have made that video, right? They could all say that, right? Well, how would you like to see it demoed right here in this room? Okay, do we have a camera outside?
We should. I think we're set.
Okay, everybody, if they're ready in the back, you guys need to watch the screen. Here we go. This is coming at you right now, everybody, outside the building.
This is what they came for.
Special delivery, everybody. Special delivery. Here we go. And what we have here, by the way, under that thing here, you see what was under the black thing before that with the surprise? But here it is. This device.
Mike.
This device. I'm so excited I forget to use a microphone. You guys, this device, as it flew into this building, this wireless monitoring device, it just grabbed all of your cell phones, everybody in this room, every device that's on the internet right now. And let's see, can you put it up on the big screen? Now, what this does, when this gathers information, I have a command center. I'm not even going to say what state, so they don't go after that. But there's a command center where this information goes down. It flashes. It'll go, router online, just went online in Missouri, right? It goes there. It comes back. And now, here's what just came in. As we came into the building here, you see all the cell phones there, all the computers. We've got all these things up there, like you've seen that we pulled off that we did in Florida. Now, can you take? Okay, he's blowing them up a little bit. So if you went there, each one of those. Now, can you tell us? Like you see, they're labeled cell phones, other, and this. Now, can you take out all the cell phones? Now, this is what we would be doing. This is as it goes through this filter. Imagine it's election night. Now, we already filtered this out. We were showing you that there's no device in the world that does what this does. Okay, it does it. It's passively captured, but now it's going to tell you which device. So he just took out all the cell phones. Okay, now let's take all the backstage off.
Yeah, that's hilarious, actually.
Okay. You see these? You can drill it down to anything. Now, when we've done it before. Now, we haven't been able to we didn't want to take the chance. We could have got some machines in here, some actual election voting machines. We had them. We had access. But you know what? You see what happened in Michigan where they went after Matt DePerno and all of them for having a machine, right? I didn't want to take that chance. This is too important to the world, okay? I'm telling you what we can do now. If you're in a room and you're here in Springfield, Missouri, and you're in this room and this is an election room, beep, 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 the router just went online. This red alert goes out there and boom. And I'll tell you in a minute how you're all going to know in real time. Okay, but we catch them in every single lie they've ever told. If they lied about being on the internet, what do you think they're hiding, huh? But now we've got a way to monitor. We've never had this before in history. They can't lie to us anymore. And I want to ask you, Jeff. So, if we when this travels. Oh, by the way, you guys, this isn't. We're going to have these devices. We've for this fall's election, we want to get every single parish in Louisiana covered. We're doing this right now, okay? Right now. Mississippi, Kentucky, you have local elections. Anyone that has this, everyone that has an election, I don't care if it's your school board election, you got this device, and you know what? You lied to me. You lied to me. You lied to me. And So Jeff, I want you to explain when you what we're doing with the filtering. So let's say you have let's say it comes down and you have a printer. Mm-hmm. Does it show what does it show exactly? The IP address? What is it all? Tell us what it's going to show to us.
Yeah, it will show the IP address. What is the internal? What's called a MAC address, which is like the hardware identification of it. And we'll also show what it's named on the internet.
So will we know the brand?
Yeah,
we'll know the brand.
Yeah,
huh?
we will actually
Remember,
know the
brand.
Lied. Yes. And we will know that. We will know tablets.
Polling books. It doesn't matter.
Polling books.
It will know exactly.
We can identify.
And remember now. So let's say you're all in this room and you're all in there voting, right? We can filter the cell phones. Filter it down, and by the way, you can turn it on, turn it back off. It says what's eliminated, what's not. Let's say you had people in there. By the way, if you have people in there where they're doing cell phones and they're using they're tied in with it, it'll detect all this stuff. So you catch them in a lie that they're on the internet, and now we say, what are we going to do with that information, right? How are we going to get that? How are you all going to see that? We've got ours, right, Jeff? I mean, is there anything else you want to show everybody?
Well, I kind of just wanted to, if you don't mind, point out one of the exciting things about this is it is proactive in that it lets us know when new devices come online.
Yep.
And
real
real time.
It's real-time crime.
And this thing can even send out text messages to people saying, hey, a new access point or a new printer came online in such and such a place.
So you get that when you're having this. Let's say you're a county clerk and you have one. Let's say the machine companies have lied to you. And we've all been through that. You go into the county clerks and go, well, my machine, they told me they're not online. If they have one of these, they're going, it just went red. And they're going, hey, our machine just went online. Our router just went online. Our tablet went online. Shut her down, right? So this is and this will show up right away in this red alert, kind of like Ghostbusters. We got one, right? We got one. But it goes. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to tie into this because let me tell you there's other kinds of crime out there. There's other that we see all the time, right? And I'm going to tell you in a minute, but that the people out there right now that we have reporting, I guess I got to backtrack here. This is just one alert. This is a red alert, okay, that the machines went online, right? So if you're a clerk or if you're all of us now, all of you at home, you don't want to know this too, right? Well, we've had whistleblower sites. You've had, just like I told you, I think yesterday or today, when Kerry Lake's race was going on and all those machines broke there, they said they were broke down in in Arizona. I'm looking at Kansas going, people are sending me texts going, Mike, these votes are going from Democrats to Republicans. The Uniparty, remember, they show no shame. They don't care who they want, right? Well, the text I was getting was from my team, okay? And we have a thing called Cause of America. We're 250,000 strong in all 50 states. Now, if you had, and other affiliated groups. So if you're putting up stuff on, let's say, reporting crime, right? If you're out there reporting things, hey, there's drop boxes here, these machines aren't working here, or they're saying they're doing this and this, or you see anything out there. Well, any whistleblower site, the downfall is that if the public's reporting it, you all know what happens, right? You get false reports. You get the bad guys putting up stuff, so you all look over here instead of where you need to be looking. But what if you had 250,000 people in all 50 states in every county in the country, and you had all these people, they're the ones that you trust to be able to report all this. That's what we've had over the last 2.5 years. We have 250,000 people. It's even bigger than that. I'd have to ask from the affiliate groups, and maybe it might be up to half. It might be 1 million. But it's all of you and all the people that are out there. Well, now, in fact, and why don't I pause there? Unless you want to stay here, Jeff. You want to stay here for this? You go.
I'll
okay. If you guys, I guess if you want to, just go ahead, bring her out here. I want to talk about why Jeff's leaving. With this device now, we all say, oh, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff O'Donnell, he's a hero. Thank you, Jeff. I'm trying. Believe me, we weren't scripted on this plan, right? I just want to get up there. But this catches them in the lie. And now if you had 250,000 people or 500,000 people, which we do, we needed a way to report back to you the Cause of America. So if we, what we have, and now I don't know if I have the thing here. Okay, here we have. So here you see, you're identifying, when we have people out there with the Cause of America, my team, they're out there, and I'm going to show you here. Let's say you see houses that have 5 or more registered voters, and you get there, and all of a sudden there's one person living there, and nobody else voted, and there were phantom voters, right? So you have, or let's say over here where houses that have one more person over age of 75. There's all these things where we're out there checking. And this is a different kind of crime, right? This is a different thing. All of a sudden you're going, hey, there's 5 people that says 9 people voted in this house and only one person lives there. And then you go there and it's nobody lives there or just that one person, and they might not have even voted. Now they're reporting this stuff at the Cause of America. They're reporting this all the time. So we get this. But what we have now is we have a tool you all downloaded. It's called Frank Social, and I'm going to have Renee come out here. With this app, okay, when Renee comes out with this app that you just all downloaded, if you haven't, get franksocial.com, the Frank Social app at franksocial.com. With this app, you're going to be able to see what she's going to show you, this real-time crime. All the reporting, everything we're out there, you're going to be able to see the red alerts in your own county. You're going to be able to see all this, okay? And so we will now become a policing of our own elections, okay? We will not have to, we instantly are policing our own elections. And is Renee here, you guys in the back? Okay. We're going to head. We've kind of went through because I want to bundle this for you. What you're going to see when she shows you this Frank Social app, when she shows you this, you're going to see a real-time crime stream, constant crime. All these reports coming in from every device, from every Cause of America person that's out there on the ground. They're out there putting in things they see, taking pictures, and it comes right back to this app. So you're going to be able to sit in your easy chair at home, and you're going to sit there and go, what's happening in my county? They said they're not online. They said there's no crime. And ding, 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 ding. But we'll need one thing for you all to do, and that will be to share it everywhere. You're sharing the real-time crime. You're sharing the lies that they've told us. Okay? That they told us that they weren't online. Okay? So this is Renee is she's part of the team that developed Frank Social, and what I want to show you here is now, so you got to follow this. So now we have a device for the first time in history can catch them in a lie. Okay, having this device, and then so this goes back to the command center, right? And this comes back in real-time crime, and then you have all of these other crimes that are out there being reported by our big team at Cause of America. Now they're all going to come into the Frank Social here, and when you get there, why don't you go start as you would get on there? You click elections, right?
Yes. So,
okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
When you land on Frank Social, you'll first, when you sign up for your account, you'll select your state. So you'll automatically be following the Cause of America for your state. But when you get on the app, you'll end up in the Frank feed, and you'll see the tab that says elections.
Right. But here, I'm going to backtrack a little bit on there. So when there's 50 states with the Cause of America. There's all 50 states are on there. So when you get on there, like she says, now you're clicking on elections, right?
Correct.
What that elections is, that's all 50 states reporting. Let's go back to the first square. This actually happened here in Missouri. One of your clerks actually said, no, we're not going to. I met with this guy. I met with them 2 years ago, and I said, you guys, with all these people in Missouri, right? The Secretary of State and all of them. I met with them all. And the guy says, no, our machines are secure. They're not online. Well, then he finds out they are online, so he's trying to cut the wires, right? So this is, so as you go down here, you'll see Colorado. You'll see crime. This is stuff that's going on right now. You guys can find out what's going on right now, today, tomorrow morning. You're going to just go, everyday stuff's reported. This is the real-time crime line stream. It's a real-time crime stream from all 50 states. Now, if you add, you add these to it, you're going to see, because that's going to be the biggest red alert, right? You got election night or even in the early elections, or those machines, when they go online there, you've seen it all today, right? You've seen all the lies. This thing's going to pop up. Now I want to show you, if you go, when you sign up, right, you get, whatever state you're in, then you're following they say Missouri, correct? So this is if you go, here's all the Cause of America. So if you go to this site, and you want to find out what's going on in Hawaii. So there, there's the Hawaii call. Click on Hawaii.
So if I click on Hawaii, it takes me to the Hawaii page. Internet.
Okay, so
I'm trying to get up Missouri.
Okay. Well, what's that? Okay. You know what? So while we're loading here, because this, you guys get the gist of the reporting, right? You're going to sit in your easy chair at home on your phone or whatever, and you're going to see real-time crime coming. You're going to know when a box goes live. You're going to know when a router goes live, a polling book goes live, and everything. Okay? And then it all goes through. It was a good question here, because we're going to take questions on this. What's the range of this box? 100 to 200 yards, but you don't, and it goes through buildings. It doesn't matter. Okay, you've seen it as it came in as a drone. It was collecting that, it's collecting as it's flying. It could fly over the whole city and keep collecting. right? It could collect every single device here in Springfield. It would just keep flying in a stream of those coming online. And then you lose it. The closest you get, which I guess, as Jeff has told me, I didn't, but the closer you get, that's fine. Just,
right.
Just put this regular screen back up. The closest you get, obviously you want to be in the polling places, but you could be outside or whatever. But just think of the clerks. Think of if they want, if you wanted one in your own county or your own precinct. I mean, it's every single place. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, it don't matter. This touches them in a lie that they're online. It's us against the machines and the uniparty, everybody. That's it. Do you agree? And so maybe we will take some questions, but so what we have, if you the plan, you guys, when we have these machines catching in real time. By the way, it only takes I think 30 seconds to go from any place in the United States, including Hawaii and Alaska, 30 seconds to a minute, where this thing, just say you just turned it on, that router or they just turned on the Dominion machine or the Smartmatic or whoever it's Heart, Diable, whatever. And it goes bing, back to the command center and back, and your device or you at home sitting there are going to go, we got one. And it's right in your own, and all of you out there that have went to your county commissioners or you've went to your election officials and they've said, well, ours aren't online. Well, think how they're going to feel when their machine's going that they were lied to. My advice to them is get rid of them now. Get rid of them now.
That's all right. Because
you can't lie to us anymore. And maybe some of you guys, maybe some of the clerks really believe it, that they were duped or whatever. Maybe we were duped. I was lied to, and they were lied to. The lie goes right down the line. It's a lie line. Lie line, lie, 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 lie. Well, we're not going to take it anymore that if you're fifth in that line of lies. We're not going to take it. There's no excuse if you're an election official in charge of a county or precinct or parish or whatever. There's no excuse anymore. You're going to get caught, so you better, and it's not going to be an excuse that, well, I was lied to, and they lied to them, and they lied to them, and they lied to them. The big lie that they were not online is over, everybody. That's over. And so when these, and not just that, I wanted to make this more powerful than just being online. So then part of this was when we developed the Frank Social app to be able to, and you need the people. We needed 500,000 people. We need a couple million people. All the people, and we've just, there's a lot of other groups out there that we're working with, and now we'll all connect with them. So they're the trusted people that are out there in the field, and and they take a picture, right? They take a picture of something going on. Like I get on my phone all the time, text messages during election. But until this time, we didn't have a total centralized location for a real-time crime stream where everybody can see it. I try and put it out with Frank's speech, tell everyone and to tell the world. Now, if everybody's got the Frank Social app and you get in the crime line, and now you go, whoa, this just happened in my county, and you share that out with everybody you know, especially the election officials that tell you they're not online, right? Because we've been lied to, and they are online. And everything they block, and that's fine. They're all downloaded. Yeah, that's internet in the building, so should to pull up the computer. But anyway, we've showed you with the Frank Social app. Now you're sitting at home, and you're sitting there, and I don't care if it's today, tomorrow, during the election, wherever it was. You want to find out what's going on right in your backyard. You can filter it down, everybody, and say, hey, we've got six things going on here at the same time. One of the things too is cool is all of a sudden, let's say it's the device and it catches that this county's online here in Springfield, and now you can see, wow, there's 7 counties just went online. They're popping up like whack-a-mole, right? Which is what's going to happen, And unless I don't know if they get out in front of this and take them all offline. If I was the evil, I don't know what their plan's going to be because we've got them now. And I'll tell you this. So let's say like I had on the election night of 2022 or the morning when you had all that stuff going down in Arizona and I was getting these reports coming in out of Kansas, right? I couldn't believe it. These are Democrats votes flipped to Republican votes in Kansas. And you all say, well, why? You've kind of been educated today about all that, right? Well, now if you're living in Kansas, you'll have your Frank Social app, your crime line here, and you're going, whoa, look what's happening here in my county in Kansas. And let's see if it's other place in Kansas. They're going to pop up, just like little lights. And the ones that are, you'll be able to tell too if the common, they filter it out. So the common crime, we'll call it common crime. So there's common crime. These are all online. These are all flipping Democrats to this. These all have people that are in there, and they're not letting people get in, like you've seen other stuff, like Republicans not being let in the door or putting paper over the walls, right? You'll be able to find if it's going on in other places immediately, in real time, everybody. And now you'll be able to report that, or send it out on all your social media and everything. I'm going to tell you that right now, too. The way we get around the media and the way we communicate, the communication hub, and when you have Frank Social there and you got your real-time crime and filter it to your counties, you need to share that out on every platform you have, which right now, when you get home, don't just have one Suckabucks Facebook or Twitter or Truth Social or Gab or Getter or Instagram or Telegram or Cloud Hub. Frank, you got to get an account on all, because even if you have 10 friends or 20 friends, it doesn't matter. You need to share it on all the platforms and just get the word out there. You know what I'm saying? We got to communicate that. Now, once that's all out there, everybody, here's what this is going to manifest to. I'm going to take you through an election night. So let's say it's election night this fall, and I'm sitting down in Louisiana, and I'm sitting in my easy chair going, wow, this is going to be good if we can finally catch him. And all of a sudden, bam, my own county, red alert, pops up on my phone. I'm going, okay, let's see where else it's happening. Well, these machines are going online, right? And now I'm taking it and I'm sharing that out, right? And I'm sharing that out. You get all that going on, and we're reporting all that. Now I'm going to bring you back what the manifestation of this is. Everyone in this room, and a lot of people, over 250,000 that at home, which are part of this Cause of America and part of these other groups, that have went out there and they have tried. Over the last 2.5 years, they've went to their legislatures and their politicians, and they want law changes or to bring us back to, a fair election with paper ballots, hand counted, same day voting, precinct level, signature required. When we go out to them, they say, oh no, these machines are great, or this is great, or whatever. Or we go to our county officials, they say, oh, their machines aren't online. Now we're going to have the tools to say, you lied. You lied. That's a big lie. And when we have the elections this fall, we're going to have, that'll be the prototype to the world. Just like Osage County here, right here in Missouri, showed the world that paper ballots hand counted could be done this last spring. And it was done beautifully between Democrats and Republicans working together. They got done within 20 minutes of all the machines, which, by the way, sometimes take months to get the count, right? So this will show the world that they lied. Okay? And then you know how much easier it's going to be for all of you to go to your official in your city who controls the elections, and we want the machines gone. We want them gone. We don't want to have selections. We want elections. Period. Right? Is that what we want? And I'm telling you, everything you've all been doing just got a lot easier, because now when I can see going up to even officials I've dealt with and say, okay, do you want to take a chance? Like the guys in Missouri that said they weren't online, they realized we're going to start cutting wires. Why don't you just get rid of them now? In every single county, that everyone lives in, you need to go there and say, you know what? Have you heard the plan? We're going to be watching you. We're going to be watching you. You can't lie to us anymore. We know, well, that you could have been part of the lie, the stream of lies, the string of lies. We're not going to, but that's no excuse anymore, is it? It's not an excuse. We have a complete way to get the real-time crime in now. And then also, one of the things this works too is you're out there, and all the people that now are in the cause of America and that are in all these groups. We have tools now where we're going to be out there. And by the way, all that stuff that goes into a reporting tool, you know, it would be worthless if we didn't trust the people that were reporting it. You guys need to understand that. This is so important. I had all these groups I call every Monday night. I talk to the whole country, which goes out to 250,000. But I talk to all the leaders, and we're going, and we sit there and we have fought. We have fought with lawsuits. We have fought with canvassing. We've fought with petitions. You name it. We've done it all because we love our country. But when we get there, we get blocked, or it's slow, and we're running out of time because our country's getting destroyed. For the future of the American dream and our kids, our grandchildren, everybody will embrace this. And the people now that are out there that are going, well, maybe they won't be watching me. Wrong. We will be watching. Okay. I guess they did. I just got a note here. The reason, which is great, everybody's logging on to Frank Social, so from the building, which is good. You all listen,
good.
right?
Keep downloading.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay, you're good then. Right, thanks, Renee.
And I think the important thing is that you can post on Frank Social the truth about the elections, the crimes that are happening, and your voice won't get canceled and you won't be shadow banned.
Right. No, that's right. That's right. And everybody, yeah, and that's all of you too. Let's go back. I'm gonna validate, like, when you see all this stuff on Frank Social, I can't say enough. You're gonna know that it came from real people we trust. These people, I filtered them for the last 2.5 years. They're the most hard. A lot of you are here, probably most of the audience here, you know, and all of you, so the information coming in is real. It's true. It's real-time crime. And so what we need to do with everybody at home, now talking to everybody at home across this country and across the world for that matter. Now imagine sitting there at any time and want to go, you know what? I'm going to just check on them. We are now the police of our own elections. All you have one thing to do in the comfort of your own home, and I'm not talking to the hard work, people running around out there that are that want to do the physical. They want to get out there. They want to take the pictures. They want to feed the real-time crime in. They want to be out there and a lot of the ones that have our monitoring devices, that they're online. I'm talking to the people at home. We all need everybody now. I don't care who you are. You get to sit at home and you get to your own county, your own town. You're going, I'm going to pull it up. When you download the Frank Social app, I pull it up and I see stuff happening right in my own town, right in my backyard. And you can make comments on there. Hey, is anybody doing anything about this? You can talk maybe it's your neighbor that's the county official going, look at this. Now you're going to have some stuff to show them. Because what you heard yesterday, I think it was General Flynn said, we need to go from the ground up, from us up, the people up. Did you all hear that? Well, we needed tools to do that, and now we have it. You need tools to be able to show, because they've lied to us. They're not online. Cyber evidence doesn't mean nothing. These mathematics, these 100% facts don't mean anything. But when you're in your own backyard and you're sitting in your house every day and you see an alert go off on that Frank Social app and you go, gee, we got a little problem here in Springfield. We got a little problem. It's in my neighborhood, you know. There's filters that are going to go right down to your neighborhood if you want. Okay? So here it is in your own backyard. And now you can go to that person that argued with you and say, look at this. This is real. It's right here. Okay? All the canvassing we did out there, they've been doing that, and the canvassing has been disgusting. You guys, what we did for 2.5 years, groups on the ground would go. You take the voter rolls, like I showed you before, and you'd filter them in a town. Okay, so let's say it's my town, Chaska, Minnesota. We filter it down. I've lived there all my life, right? Filter it down. People that 6 or more that lived in a household that voted, right? So you filter them down. I could look at him and go, wait a minute. Amy's been living over there by herself for 40 years, and it says 9 people voted from her 1-bedroom house. But we might want to go down there and check it out. Maybe they changed. Nope, it's still Amy. But there's all the 9 people. Then we check on them, everybody. We find out 5 of them live in another state that voted. 4 of them are deceased. And then we go back to our county official, or a county that covers our elections, and they go, you've all been there. You go, look at this. They go, you're the best county official ever, but look what happened in our county. And they all become defensive. I didn't do that, Well, you didn't do it. The box did it over there. That computer did it. But some of them still go, it's impossible. They're not online. They're not online. They're not online. So now, can you imagine going in there now, same scenario. And I go into my person, I'm going to go, they're online. Okay, we got you. They're online. And and by the way, when you show them, you're going to be able to see, like Jeff said, the name of the computer, the name of the router, where it's at, this MAC address. Going, there it is. And remember, this is captured in time. So, can you imagine? There's a lot of stuff we're going to be able to do. Go up to the sheriff and go, hey, we got some crime committed right here in our county. It's illegal to vote in another county. These people names well, that wasn't the crime, everybody. The crime was that computer crime that we've all seen happening. So we as a nation, we as people now, we are going to be the police. They can't lie to us anymore. Is that exciting? They can't lie to us anymore. We're going to save our country now. All the stuff we're doing, everybody, all the lawsuits out there, all the stuff going on, where this is being proactive, where we're going to show the world, we got to get rid of these computers, right? But in the meantime, all the stuff going on, we're catching them in real-time crime. It's kind of exciting, You'll probably get, very addicted to watching this real-time crime going, hey, we got one in our neighborhood, and we have, if you get addicted to it, that's okay. That's probably a good addiction for now, But it's to me, it's the answer, and I do want to take, if any of you have some questions on this, if there's anybody have any questions. Hey, hold on. Could someone come out here with the, Pat? Can you have it for questions?
Hi, Mike. Thank you so much. My name is James Clary. I'm a local resident. I've worked the polls here in Greene County. At the end of the night, the results, the ballots are all packed up. The results are put on a zip drive, and that package is taken to the clerk's office. So I think that's the point where you might have problems.
No, that's all we cover. The problems we've seen, all these things, you've been lied to on there too. It makes it look to you like nothing goes online. Believe me, at some point they go online. You've seen they have to go. You got the Edison research. You got all the stuff that you've seen up here. I don't care if they package them up in a bow. When it finally goes online, it's red alert. And if you see any other things like people burying ballots or suitcases going under table or trucks pulling in, Now you're going to have all of that across the whole country in real time, you guys. Real time. Absolute real time. So if it's happening here in Missouri, you can look, wow, it's happening in 3 other places. Okay? Where are we at?
Hi, Mr. Lindell. Rick Weibel from South Dakota. What spectrum is this device actually detecting? And especially with the DS450, that motherboard is made in Germany using the European standards, not the UL spectrum.
Okay, I can't hear what you're saying at all.
Rick Weibel from South Dakota. Curious as to using the UL spectrum for the radio frequencies, what range? And with the DS450, that's a German motherboard using the CE European range.
I'm sorry, it's muffled. I can't hear it from here. What's he saying? Don't worry. You know what? I've questions about this device. Trust me, it's been a year in the making. It's all covered. Every single part is covered. There's no holes. I don't care if it's German internet, Italian internet, China internet. It doesn't matter. They're caught. Okay, that part. All those anything you think there's holes in this, there's not. Okay, so. I'd really like questions like, well, I can tell you, is, what can we do as ourselves to do this? Go ahead. A 100%. A cell phone, it doesn't matter. You've seen every device go up online. This device that captures anything that's online, and when it goes online, at that exact moment in time. And it knows when it goes offline, and it knows what device it is. It knows each and every one of your phones. Now, it doesn't go inside. You know what I mean? I want everyone to know that. These devices, they're perfectly legal. They don't go inside. They're just captured like when you go into a room and you see all these internets that show up on your phone. Well, imagine if someone was stealing your Wi-Fi at your house. Now you would know who's doing it, and you'd know what device was taking it, right? That went online. That's all it is that now we know the other side of the coin, what device, when it went online, what the name of it was, what the IP address was, where it's at, and is it a router? Is it it'll even show that, a router, a printer, which machine, is it Dominion, ES&S, whatever, and where it's at, an exact location in real time. It was a good question. She said she's a precinct judge, and she said, where does that device need to be? Within 100 yards. You can. It's a legal device. You can bring it right in and just, you'll have it, and you just have it with you. You can set it anywhere. You've seen the drone. As that drone flew over, it gathers. We've done this half a year now. I've watched this. We do on drones. You're watching capturing every device, whether it's a watch, a car, it doesn't matter. All that stuff you've seen up there was this room. That was every single device you had that was online. And if we would have shut everybody's phones off and took them off the internet, that would show, they're all going to show when they exact went off. And you could pinpoint each person in this room. You know how they track cell phone signals? They did that in the 2000 meals. You don't think they're going around with, that's just the GPS part. Well, this part, so if you have one in your own precinct or county, whatever, it's in this, this building would go out, I believe it's 100 yards. I think they even can be set for more, but you can be, it's not like you'd want them in there. So you would want them in there. We want these officials to know that we're monitoring them. And they would want to know that too. If I'm an official and I'm going to take the chance in any election going forward, that when everybody's been saying get rid of them, and now I'm going to take a chance that the machine who's telling the truth, the machine companies or the evidence? They're online. Everybody, they're online. So it's like, if I'm an official, I'm either A, melting them down right away, which you'll probably get in trouble for that, right? At least at this point, till we get ready. But I would want to get rid of them immediately, because I don't want to have to answer to my town, my precinct, my friends, and say, why did you keep this? Don't you care about our country? Do you see what I told you yesterday, how this is going to filter down? If you don't want to have our elections policed, are you the uniparty? Are you in on it? Well, anybody you question now, or anybody that questions us on this plan, they've got a big problem. Why would we not want to watch our own elections? There are elections.
Mike, hey, Mike, what happens if Google and Apple try to take your app down?
The Frank Social app?
Yes.
We got a backup plan, but that's a very good question there. They can't take down franksocial.com, but the app, I guess they could that, but we have a backup plan, which I'm not going to say the backup plan, okay? That was a really good question, though. Let me tell you, everybody, I've been attacked for 2.5 years every day. My company just again today in the back, just attacked. You can't even believe. And so I always have to have backup to backup to backup. When they attack my pill, we've had cyber attacks, you name it, it's happened to my company. They've tried to do everything but shoot me, right? And I'm sure they tried that once. I do a lot of my speeches like this. I don't know. Hello, thank you very much, hold still. Remember that one?
Can you hear me?
But we have it. We have that backed up, and we have everything backed up. Like at My Pillow. By the way, at My Pillow, I even have 2 separate factories and everything duplicated, because if something happened, you can't get interruption insurance. All my stuff is in real time. When you see my commercial, those are real time. That commercial has to do it during that time. During this, it all happens in real time. Remember, this is real time crime, right? Well, we'll talk about that.
I guess I have a similar question to that, and that is, Josephine County, my name is Holly Morton, where would we get them, and how much approximately will they cost? Okay,
well, I'm going to tell you right now that up until now, my plan was that we would be giving them out for this election, and that was my plan, but I ran out of money. And that's why you see that LindellOffenseFund.org. If you're a big donor out there, or if you're a micro donor, what we're going to have up is when we talk about the election crime bureau site, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. You're going to find out how you can help everything going on in this country, even in your own backyard. You're going to imagine this massive site. I'll tell you a little bit about it now. About 7 years ago or 6 years ago, I developed the Lindell Foundation website. It took millions of dollars, and I thought, you know what? People like him, and they like in their own backyard. But I had tested it in 105 countries or 102 countries around the world. So you could beam in to an exact need in your own backyard, or you could expand out and donate there. It was like this massive fund me site, but it was you knew what you were putting the money to. You knew what it was going to do. And you knew, and it was like this pass-through where every dollar went to this and this and this. And that got put on pause. I started actually in Detroit. I spent so much time in Detroit there. We were doing it as a prototype there to try it out, and then these 105 countries. Well, then, I don't know, I think the problems came along, like where I started getting attacked starting in 2017. So that was one piece that got put on pause, because I set up another thing that was the Lindell Recovery Network for addicts. And when I set up that, to me, that's where my passion was, to help addicts. And by the way, you can go to LindellRecoveryNetwork.org. It's free. I used to be a crack addict. I set up, it's free, everybody. If you know someone in addiction or that feels hopeless out there, get them there. And I will tell you this, getting off addiction at that site is just a bonus. Finding Jesus is the real win. And so anyway, with this Lindell Foundation website, it stood on a desk for about 5 years now. And when we talk about that, that's where we've had for 3 months been taking that back in and working on this Election Crime Bureau site, which you're going to hear about in a little bit, okay? There's other tools you've got to hear about today. And that is one of them. So anyone out there looking for, right now, like I say, I would like it to get enough donations where I can make them all, get them all. We've got enough that we're producing to get these fall's election. We have to get the big ones covered this fall. And we can mass produce. And yes, we do need funds. But I didn't want to make this before the world like Mike Lindell's he's grifting. You know what, people? I got to be the worst grifter that ever lived if they call me a grifter, I'll tell you that. I got $60 million and just borrowed another 3 weeks ago and it just completely wiped out on money, right? And but like I said, I think I said it to the Washington Post once. I said, I will spend every dime I have and borrow every dime I can until the last dime is spent to save our country. Thank you. Hey, Raj.
Hi, Mike. How are you? Good to see you.
Mike, are you going to still answer?
We're gonna come back to the plan and stuff again, but I want to bring up the important part. One of the big pieces to this is that we have people reporting the things, or the people. And by the way, we know if there were people, there's no way to set off a fake alert either. So if you'd have people out there that had one of these, we would know where they're at and everything too. So they couldn't. The reports are real coming in, but also, and because I did it in where I had at Frank's Speech, I had report crime. I think it was crime.frankspeech.com, and I had everybody, all these reports coming in. You guys, we got thousands and thousands in the 2022 election during the 2 weeks, 3 weeks after. And when we got them all, everybody, it took an army of people to go through them all, and then you get to them. Wow, this looks good, and you find out it was a lie, that somebody just put it in there, or you find out that this one here was more important. We had teams of people, but they'd all have to come back to me or to a couple other my key people to come back and go, oh man, I got to look. It's what to leave in, what to leave out. These two, there was so much evidence and stuff that poured in, everybody. That poured in. It took so many people that and then you're going to hear about that at the Election Crime Bureau. But one of the things is the trusted input. You have to have trusted input in order to take all that and go do stuff with it, okay? Which you're going to hear about the Election Crime Bureau, which we already have that set up. So all this input. But one of the things is with the Cause of America, what we've done for over 2 years now, and met with all these other groups that are umbrellaed under there. If Renee was still here, when you go to their Frank Social, let's say it's Cause of America, Florida. Everyone that's underneath that, think of Cause of America as just a name on that site for your state, right? Well, all these other groups are there, and one of the biggest fighting groups that I ever seen was Defend Florida. And Raj is in charge of Defend Florida, and I'll tell you, what these guys did down there, I mean, it was amazing. How much canvassing did you do?
We have 67 counties, and the volunteers of Defend Florida canvassed 32 of those 67 counties. This was when people were still saying there is no problem with the voter rolls. What is a voter roll?
Right.
But a lot of that work that the volunteers did, and it's you and I, it's what they did that put voter rolls on the map for Florida.
Right.
And we've had legislation passed since then, last year, to address that.
Right. But what I'm saying is these groups, like Defend Florida, I guess I'm bringing Raj out here. I want you to what was the thing that when we came to you with, like, it's Cause of America, like I say, that placeholder, have one voice, everybody, that we have. One voice. Think of it as a hub of a wheel of information. And Raj would reach out to me, or reach out to Cause of America for resources, for information, everybody. We provide information like the data. Remember, we have every voter roll in the United States. All these groups need these things to do their job so they can report the real-time crime. You got it? So I wanted Raj to come out here. I mean, what do you think of the Cause of America and having these groups? How important is that?
Mike, this is not a single sport. This is a team sport. And what Mike is talking about, I just want to impress on you, is so vital, because when you go back, you have to embrace other groups throughout the country. And Cause of America is your hub to do that. Specifically, what we did, we needed access to certain high-ranking officials in the state of Florida that we could not open the door to. We tapped the Cause of America network, and someone in that network was able to open the door. We needed to get word to Mar-a-Lago. None of us had access to that, but someone in the Cause of America network had that. So, my friends, this is so vital. My friends, the opposition is more funded. They've been doing this for longer than we have. They have more resources. The one thing that we have that we are not tapping is each other. And Cause of America is your pathway to tapping these groups. If you want to know where is a spike in voter registration, you may not have a data guy like Chris Jersky on your team. That's why you need to tap Cause of America. You may not know where drop boxes are being deployed. Cause of America is your conduit to do that. So, my friends, I'm imploring you, when someone comes to you and starts bad-mouthing another organization, just walk away.
Right.
Just walk away. That's all.
Well, and thank you, Raj. And this is what, now that my biggest point isn't, us getting other groups and stuff, which they're all going to come on board now, I would hope. But, because we need a centralized communication system. And now everyone watching at home, I just want two things to you to know. The input you're going to see is real, and they're trusted people out there that are putting in the input. We have been dealing with 2 years now just in Defend Florida. And there's many, many groups. I believe there's upwards of 100 other groups across all 50 states from of the bigger groups. I'm sure there's probably upwards of 1,000 of smaller groups, and they have needs. They have needs out there. They're all doing all these good things being done. You heard yesterday from all 50 states, and you heard the hope. They're out there going, maybe they need a lawyer, maybe they need more funding, whatever. We've been doing all that with this hub of a wheel and the communication. All you have to do at home, everybody, when you have that Frank Social app, is do one thing. Keep an eye on your crime in your own backyard and the country, and then share it everywhere, or use that information to go on the ground, go to your officials, say, look what's happening here. You're going to have it now. That's the beauty of this, is it's trusted information coming from people that have been vetted and behind saving our country for over 2.5 years. And Raj, I'll tell you guys, I use you guys for example all the time. Let me tell you what Defend Florida, when they went out and canvassed, I think they canvassed more than any other back then. This is a couple of years ago. And we took in Florida, okay, remember I've told you the cyber evidence I have that from January 9th. Remember, the biggest state that votes were taken from in the country was California. Makes sense, they're the biggest, most population, whatever, was 1.5 million. Second to Texas with 1 million. And third was Florida with 960,000. Well, what we did is we took the 960 that I had from the cyber evidence, and then we took over here and we used the cast vote records and extrapolated those numbers that came into between 900 and 1,000. Then we took Defend Florida's on the ground canvassing, because they went right to the problem spots, so we were able to pinpoint and filter down. And we took that, and that was between 900,000 and 1 million. So you had 3 different camera angles of the same same diamond heist, right? And so all the things we've been doing for 2.5 years, now you can all be a part of it. We needed one thing, everybody. We were missing one thing because we don't have the media. We don't have the judges. We don't, just like, remember I told you when this started, the El Capone, we don't have the media, the judges, the politicians. We don't have the election platforms that have all been corrupted. But what we do have is all of you to get the word out. Because we have to get the word out, and now we have a device. We have real-time crime. Remember, you're taking Frank Social, and now you're. By the way, there's going to be on their end and at Frank's Speech, you're going to see a demo on that later too, where you're going to be able to share all the platforms. You see something on there, you're not only commenting on your own backyard, talking to your neighbors and stuff or whatever going, because you can filter it down to that too and say, hey, look at our town. What's going on? What's going on in your backyard? What's going on here? And comment on those and, hey, what should we do about it? Well, what are we going to do? Right? But then also, you're going to be able to share that out on every social media platform. And you're going to see it later on about Frank's Speech of watching where the podcast, that's a unification. Wait till you see that app, by the way, the Frank Speech app, where it's all podcasters that have come there. And all the information there come there and the TV channels we have there. And they'll be able to get that information out. And why is that important? Because it's going to be a lot easier to go to our officials and say, look at this is real. We have to beat one thing. Our voice has to be bigger than the evil's voice. That's it. Remember when I told you, everybody, when I told you yesterday, when it went down our voice to a little dot on January 7th and 8th in 2021. Remember that? And that little voice was that little dot like on an old black and white TV that got so small we could barely see it. Well, that voice, it didn't pop to life all at once. But over the last few years, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Now it's got to get bigger than this world has ever seen in history because we're up against every other kind of media out there that is the propaganda being put down and the lies. And the biggest lie we were told, let's not forget this lie tomorrow because we don't know what they're going to do tomorrow. You think, who knows, Fox News gets on there and they'll come out to try and beat us out to the punch. The machines, this just in. The machines were online, but it's okay. I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what the new lie is going to be. But I'll tell you what, when you hear that lie tomorrow, if you hear that lie tomorrow, you're going to go, are you lying now or were you lying then? Okay? Were you lying now or were you lying then? So that's going to, that's very powerful, everybody. But my guess is they're going to go silent on it, so it's going to be up to all of you to spread the word of the plan. But I want to thank you, Raj. You guys are so awesome. I just want Raj up here to validate that this works, this communication hub, where we have a hub of all the resources and all the communication more than anything. We have one group, like he said, they needed something. We know over here, so we were able to ask that group, have you done this before? Remember, everybody, when you go into business, I want to tell you this. Here's an advice for anybody going into business out there. You go into a new business, you find people that have been there before so you don't make the same mistakes they made, or if they've done something good, you want to duplicate it, right? When I got way back in November and December of 2020, and I'm doing my own investigations. Well, then when it really got big in about January and February and March, we reached out to a lot of other people that had already done a lot of machine investigation. I'm not going to name their names, but I don't want to have to redo what they already did. And that's where we're at. And so by having this communication, we know where the successes are. Do you know it's like this here in Missouri? Do you know how many people across the country, probably not many, know that the first election here with Linda Rance, right out of Missouri, her hand-counted paper ballot election was already done. Democrats and Republicans sitting side by side, and it got done here in Osage County, in Osage County. I don't know what county this is, but it was in Osage County, Missouri, and it was done just a couple, 3 months ago. They got done the same time, 10 minutes later, the machine, 100% accuracy. And everybody trusted it. But the world needs to know about this. Thanks, Raj. Thank you. We have Raj a hand. He's a great leader.